Have you ever stopped to think that a simple, everyday chat could actually be a perfectly crafted lesson in disguise? Well, today we're going to do just that. We're going to peel back the layers of what looks like a totally normal conversation to find the hidden genius inside. Let's dive in. And that really gets us to the big question here. How on earth do you secretly teach vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation, all without it ever feeling like some boring, stuffy lesson? The answer, as you're about to see, is surprisingly clever.
Okay, so here's what we're looking at. It's a listening script, just a simple conversation between two students, Emma and Jack, hanging out in the schoolyard. Seems pretty straightforward, right? But trust me, every single word you see here was chosen for a reason. Let's walk through it together.
So it all kicks off with a super simple, super common question from Emma. She just asks Jack about his daily routine. This is the hook, the thing that gets the whole conversation rolling. And Jack gives a pretty classic answer, but pay very close attention to his choice of words here. I always wake up. That one little word, always, that's our first big clue that there's something more going on beneath the surface. Whoa, okay. Emma's reply is just jam-packed. She agrees with him, but then she immediately adds a contrast with sometimes. And right after that, she models how to state a preference and a dislike. I mean, in just a couple of sentences, she's teaching multiple concepts all at once. And she's not done. She continues, adding another crucial piece to this puzzle. She uses the word never. So, think about it. In just a few lines of dialogue, we've already heard always, sometimes, and never. It's almost a little too perfect, right? Exactly. See what I mean? On the surface, it feels totally believable, like a conversation you'd actually hear. But it's not. It's a carefully, perfectly engineered piece of educational material. So now it's time to peel back that first layer and see what's really happening here. All right, let's start with the most obvious part, the first layer, the core vocabulary. The entire foundation of this conversation is built on a very specific, very intentional set of words. Now, what's so smart about this is how limited and focused the vocabulary is. Every single verb and phrase, wake up, get ready, have breakfast, is a high-frequency, totally essential term for talking about daily life. The lesson doesn't waste a single word. It's all killer, no filler. Okay, ready for layer 2? This is where it gets really clever. Woven into that simple vocabulary is some pretty fundamental grammar, and it's taught completely through context. No boring explanations needed. The main event, grammatically speaking, is all about these things. Adverbs of frequency. These are the words we picked up on earlier. Always, sometimes, never. But instead of just listing them in a boring chart, the script has the characters use them, totally naturally. And this just lays it out so perfectly, doesn't it? Always means 100% of the time. Sometimes is, every now and then. Never is 0. The dialogue gives you a perfect example for each one, so you get it instantly. And see, this is the real genius of the structure. It doesn't just throw words at you. It creates this little call and response. You get the question, and then bam, the perfect way to answer it using the exact grammar you're supposed to be learning. It's such a simple, effective loop. And it doesn't stop there. The script also models another key language function: how to talk about what you like and don't like. On one side, you get the positive, I prefer walking. And on the other, you get the negative, I don't like milk. It is just incredibly efficient teaching. But wait, hold on. There's one more layer. And this one is the most subtle of them all. This conversation isn't just designed to be read, it's designed to be heard. It's a secret pronunciation lesson. Just think about the words they chose: late, toast, bike. That is not a coincidence. Each one was specifically picked to model a key vowel sound in English, so a student who's just listening to this conversation is getting repeated, natural practice with these really crucial sounds. And believe it or not, it goes even deeper. The script also sneaks in examples of how to pronounce that final S sound, where to put the stress on words like prefer and enjoy, and even what the natural rhythm, the rise and fall of a sentence should sound like. It's a full-on phonetic workout, and you don't even realize it's happening. So let's step back for a second and put all these pieces back together. What started out as a simple chat between two kids has revealed itself to be a total masterclass in lesson design. So there you have it,
all in one place. It's like a recipe. You start with a solid foundation of essential vocabulary. Then you hide the grammar inside a natural-sounding dialogue. And for the secret ingredient, you secretly embed pronunciation practice right into the word choices themselves.
And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. The most effective teaching, the kind that really sticks, often makes learning feel completely effortless, almost invisible. By hiding all that complexity inside something so simple, you create an experience that's engaging, memorable, and just incredibly effective. So that kind of leaves us with this one last thought. Yeah, we just deconstructed a simple language lesson, but this idea of intentional design, it's everywhere. It's in a well-told story, a great piece of software, even a simple product you use every day. So the real question is, what hidden lessons are waiting for you to discover in the simple things you see every day?